It is what it is, a 454 with a 4-speed. And I'm not putting no music on this video. For those who couldn't hear the last one, I'm not putting no music on this video. 10 all candy. Looking like a broke Joe Cartwright, if you're old enough to know who about Bonanza. But anyway, me and Lil Wet, we sitting in the car, but it's a T-top 454 with a stick on the floor with a...
Showing the fire.
Yeah, they're not worried about that fire. But it's got a stick on the floor, a 454, with a fan clutch and a fan shroud, with no cuts and no adjustments. It's factory. I think it was the G-Body Garage. I think it's G-Body Garage got the number one. He's got the number one comment that everybody's thumbs up and keeping at the top. That it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I like what you said. I did the homework just like I told you. I did the homework, and I know what I got because I know where it came from, and I know who had it. That's why I know. But the paperwork has been made, has been seen. The only problem is I just don't have it yet, and I'm working on it. And I'm working on it, buddy. Because this is one of one. It's the only 454 that GM put in a G-body with a stick. Only one. And I have several people who knew the man who had this car, who passed away and had an estate sale. It was an estate auction sale for all that man's collector cars, for all his rides. He had that auction back in September 2016.
Yeah.
And that's why I picked up those vehicles. And it's been sitting up all this time. We've got it running now, and it is what it is. But as you know, I might as well be Shakir. Yes, sir. Thumbs up. Yeah, keep on. For the people who've been thumbs up in this video, the first initial one, I listened to you, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I had the background music too loud.
But we have the good car. We have the fast car.
It is fast.
It is fast.
From the factory.
Yeah, the factory.
He had, with all the paperwork. It's one of one. We got people who used to work with Mr. Scott White. But like I said, we'll talk some more about that.
The wet's over here.
Let me get out of it, because as you see, I'm like Shaquille O'Neal, baby. I got to ride with the top down. And see, I got sticks. I got nothing but sticks. I don't even drive automatics anymore. I got a stick in the Ford. I got a stick in the Dodge. I got a stick in the MC Monte Carlo. Hold up, don't turn it. So, like other folk, I got to what they call. Oh, let me get that out the way. So, like other folk, I know it works. We can eradicate cancer, diabetes, hypertension. If you got eczema problems, I know how to get rid of it. A lot of stuff. 318-918-0331. I'm not your doctor, but guess what? You might as well say, I had to become one. I had to become my own self-doctor, self-healing. I had to do what I had to do to save my wife, and I did that. I got the information. God put it on me. He had to lay me down like Lazarus, and he had to put some new uploads because he knew I could reach the people. He knew I could reach the people, and he knows the people are going through what they're going through out here in this world. You got good health care, you still got the same problems. When you don't have good health care, when you don't have health care, you think you have to deal with it. You think you have to just take it the way life is giving it to you. Guess what? You don't have to. Call All Candy.
Call All Candy.
I can tell you what it'll take to help you on out. I'm not a doctor, but I know it works because it worked for us. It helped my wife eradicate, reverse cancer to the point where they look at her as a superwoman when she goes in for her checkup, that the doctor doesn't even feel the need to talk to her. He don't even feel to look at her because he done looked at the numbers, and the numbers all say, you ain't got cancer no more. I don't know. And it's to the point, come on, son. It's to the point where they don't even ask her how she did it. You want to know why? Because they don't want to really know. And
why?
God did it.
Yeah, God did it.
God did it. He put the information in me to pass on to my wife. And I got verification. Just like I got verification on this car, G-Body Garage. I got $200 on your gas. If you feel the need to come over here, you feel the need to come see me, All Candy, because those candy cars, those cars you got over there, you got a lot of G-Body, you got a lot of parts. You got a lot of parts. They need a lot of paint. I got paint for you. I got paint for you, but I got this one G-Body you don't have. A 454 G-Body with a stick, 4-speed, with a shroud, with a fan clutch. And to that other guy, who cares about a compressor? Because the guy who owned this car, who died of cancer. I'm going to give you the story. I'm going to tell you what it is before I get out. I'm too tall for this car, so I can't even drive it. So I'm going to get, just like a pitcher, get a pinch hitter. I'm going to get a pinch driver. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a pinch driver for All Candy to do a little something in this 454, one of a kind. Because I don't care what you say. I know what I got. And I know who had it. I know who bought it. Because I got the story. And I got a story to kill. The owner of this vehicle, who had this car, was living in Las Vegas. He was from Winfield, Louisiana. He owned this car. He got diagnosed with cancer. They told him he only had 2 months to live. Guess what? He shut everything he had down in Las Vegas, decided to come home to Winfield, and he died of cancer. And guess what? His family didn't have no money to bury him. Bubba Long, calls up Scott White. And he says, Scott, which is the multi-millionaire in Ruston, Louisiana, the highest per capita millionaires, well, I should say the highest city per capita of millionaires in the state of Louisiana, Ruston, Louisiana, where there's Louisiana Tech, 5 miles away from Grambling State University. We in North Louisiana is where we're at. He called Scott White, who is a verified buyer at Barrett Jackson. And if you know about Barrett G-Body Garage, can you buy at Barrett Jackson? Can you raise your hand up and say this? Like Scott White could? He could. He bought that Camaro that sold out there on that grass when they sold all those cars that day. One of his Camaros that he bought at Barrett Jackson sold for $50,000 on the grass that day. Other cars sold for $25,000 on the grass that day because everybody knew who Scott White was from Ruston, Louisiana. Multi-millionaire. He knew everything about cars. He was a salvage car owner. He had a salvage yard. He was a buyer, wholesaler, everything. The man had money, long money, old money. Bubba called up Scott White and said, man, I got a partner. He died. The family can't bury him. All he has is his car. I've never seen a car like this. He's got a 454 in a G body, and it don't look like it's been altered. It looked like it came from the factory. Scott White had that long money. He could buy you out. If he wanted it and you had it, he bought you. You could never buy him. He bought you. And guess what? He drove that Dodge with his, like I say, with his 2-3 car trailer that I was told, down there to Winfield from Ruston, looked at that car. Didn't take long for him to look at and noted that he had to have it. He always loved the G bodies. He also had, just like you got that little, that Hurst shifter, the lightning rod. He had one of them too that got sold out there on the grass too that day. But it wasn't a stick, baby. The lightning rod, you got something, but everybody else got it too. You showed me a 454 with a 4-speed stick. You show me that. You show me that. From the factory with blue motor mounts, uncut, unrubbed, just like I know all these other motor heads out here talking about if you drop a 454, you got to put electronic fans because you can't get a clutch and a fan up in there to fit without cutting the frame to notch it on out, because when you drop them headers on, they're going to vibrate and rub. Now, if I'm lying, I'm not a motor man. I'm a paint man. I'm a candy man. But I know that I done had people said that they done seen people put $7,000 on the hood of that car because Scott White kept that in front of his office in Ruston. He didn't take $7,000. The way it's sat, the way it's looking right now, he didn't want it. He knew what he had. That was his car. It's just that the man passed away. And God blessed me with it, along with the other one, which was his favorite truck. God blessed me with that. That one, I know there was one of 16. And that's the last Mohican, though. But anyway, back to what I'm saying. The man died of cancer. Bubba Long called up Scott White. Scott White came down here. He took a quick look at it. He realized it was what it was. And he took the entire family into the back room and came out within about 5 minutes. Bubba told me that he didn't even want to ask Scott White how much he paid for it. He said, "Bubba, please help me get this car in the trailer." All Bubba told me is that he paid enough to bury the dead. Now, I don't know how much burying the dead is in South Carolina or wherever you at, but for the most part, it's about 10 stacks of better in 2010. And guess what? That man was black who owned this car. Scott White, white man. He was doing no brother no favor by helping his family bury him just because he had a Monte Carlo. But if he paid over $10,000 to $20,000 for a car, it's because he knew what it was. And he wasn't doing that black family a favor by helping them bury the dead. No. He had something, they had something that he wanted, and he knew was worth the penny. And he paid it, and he brought it back to the yard in Ruston, Louisiana. Scott White. Verified wholesale buyer, verified Barrett Jackson, you know, one of those guys like that, they can say, yeah, right there, and they could instantly take that money out of his account because he was verified multi-millionaire of Ruston, Louisiana. That's who he was, all right? So just like you gave yourself that little out in that little statement where, to my knowledge or to my understanding, I forgot what you said because I'm not even looking at your statement, but you're right. You gave yourself that little out just in case that man might have something. You're right. I got something because everybody wanted it. And he wouldn't sell it. And I just happened to win the bid at that auction that day, along with the other one that he had that day. I got two of them, but they were the rough ones. Like somebody said, it was rough. It was rough, but it was still the only one in the world. It don't matter, baby. Cinderella was rough. Cinderella was rough. When she was with the three stepsisters who treated her like trash, till she got with the fairy godmother and turned her into that beautiful princess. Guess what? The rough Cinderella 454 done got with the Mr. Candy. All candy. So it ain't gonna be rough. It ain't gonna be rough long. And guess what? it still is what it is. An uncut, unfirewall cut, uncut frame, uncut. Don't care about no truck. Man, we don't care about no AC. We don't care about no AC when you got T-top. You don't care about AC when you out on the track with a 454 4-speed and 373 rears. Because what you care about AC? You care about AC when you're trying to go down that track the fastest you can go? You don't care about no AC. This man was a track racer. And when the man told him he was about to die, he put a ball on the back of a MC and drove what he had back home to Winfield to die with his family. I got what I got. And it is what it is. So I'm going to let somebody else drive because I'm too big for it. And I got $200 for Mr. G Body Garage to come to Monroe, Louisiana, and come see it for yourself, baby. And you better bring your money because my wife didn't die of cancer. And anybody else who got issues, give me a call because I can help you. I got the answer, just like I know what I got. It is what it is. Hold up. It is what it is. And I got it. So if you want it, better bring your damn paper. Because when I finish with it, I ain't gonna do nothing but take it out, shake it out, paint it, and put it right back. I ain't doing nothing to this thing but fixing it on up. And I can't drive it because I feel like Shaquille O'Neal with my head out the T-top because I'm 6'5". So this ain't what I'm gonna drive every day because I'm scared a bug might hit me in my forehead. But guess what? I'll put it on my trailer. With the only Dodge 1995 inline 5.9 HOV red top letter 4-door crew cab suicide Dodge extended cab. What? Yeah, he owned that too. That was his favorite. That was his favorite. 4-door crew cab suicide with a third row fold down bench seat. That means I seat 7 in that Dodge. They made that Dodge. They only made 16. The man called me up and told me the story on that when they only made 16 of those. Only made 16 of those. And guess what? From his research, there's only 3 in existence. He said he saw a guy on YouTube, but he don't know how to catch up with him. The other one was right there in Atlanta where he was calling me from that was hauled out. That means it was snatched, broke apart, picked through because it was at the salvage yard in Atlanta. And the other one, I got it because I bought it from the auction of Scott's White, his estate sale. I got that. So to say this, he said, so as far as he know, there's only 2 in existence, you and that other guy. I don't know the other guy, how much you want. It ain't for sale. But the thing is, your man All Candy got it, and it is 24 feet of uncut box frame from the factory, the longest ever made wheelbase from a factory truck. I got it. The longest wheelbase, suicide door, 3rd row seat with a full 8-foot truck bed. I got it with the Testarossa kit. I don't care for that. I got it, but I feel like one of them country boys while I'm back here. But the thing is that I got it. When I get that 2-car trailer, I'm gonna bring this. I'm gonna bring this one right here with the 454 and an uncut frame with the 4-speed stick and all of that, along with the 1974 drop top Cadillac with the compass on the side view mirror with the double dimmer to move my factory radio to scan it to the next. Yeah, like I say, that one right there, the actual owner of that car before he passed away and was passed on to me, and I ended up getting my hands on it through the way I got my hands on it, was the grandson of Stanley Tools. Like I said, with the guy with the screwdrivers, Stanley. Yeah, his grandson had that car, and he had a whole lot of cars, Packards, Edsons. He only drove a car for 2 years and put it on up. That car came out of Georgia. That Cadillac came out of Georgia. It was original, only had, I think, less than 40,000 miles original on the 500 motor. Everything on that car was original. It still had 2-year-old gas in it until we dropped the tank. But I got that car. That car, when I put those swangers on it, it's going to give me what I need to come to the slab world, to them boys in Houston. And this 454 is going to bring it so I can come to them car shows with them boys like Dunk Master and all these other guys with those big blowers. But I don't care about no blower. Why? Because I got the only 454 with a 4-speed stick that came from GM, that was certified, that was, certificate. And that man had it. The only problem is I don't have it. I didn't get that paper at that auction, and I'm working on it right now. So once I get my hands on it, you'll get that update. But I mean, until then, G-Body Garage, feel free to come and take a look at this, because you ain't going to leave with it unless you got some long paper. Like the man who had it, who was verified for Barrett Jackson. So unless you got that type of paper, you come look at it so you can. It is what it is, a 454 with a 4-speed. And I'm not putting no music on this video. For those who couldn't hear the last one, I'm not putting no music on this video. Okay, Andy. I said I had it. Here you go. Like I said, we got Cody. Cody's actually underneath there dropping the tank because the fuel pump went on out. So like I say, G-Body, I'm not talking about it. I got it. And I know you know G-Body, but do you know Dodge? Because all Candy know Dodge. And what we got here is a 1995. You see what that say right there? That right there is that abominable snowman, that Bigfoot, that one they wish they had right here. All them $70,000 Dodges, all that new Dodge, all that new stuff, all wish they still had that mechanical Dodge right there, that 5.9 in line. There you go, red letter top, and it's right here. It's all factory. Let me see if I can find the VIN number. You want to run it? You know what I'm saying? You want to run it? There you go. It don't matter. You can run it. And guess what? When you find out, I'm the first registered owner of a 1995. You want to know why? Because the first two people who got that got it here local. You may not know this, but Delta Airlines was founded out of Monroe, Louisiana. The Beaten Horns owned, I think, 50%, 51% of the Delta Airline. They took a big hit 9/11 way back all those years, but they shook back. They also owned the Coca-Cola bottling company here in town, and the first ones of this North Louisiana area. So they had that old long money. But anyway, that particular gentleman had 50, or he had, I don't know, from what my understanding was, he had about 30-40% in Dodge America stock wise. So he got one of the first of the 16 that they made. Now you got to remind yourself that back in 1995, Chevy was king with those show trucks. But see, everybody talks about this. Everybody talks about that Dodge Cummins and that 5.9, that it's a beast. It still runs, continues to run. It's the workhorse. So guess what? Dodge decided to give their own, they only made 16 of them. As the story, as I say, the guy called and told me. But the thing is, they made 16 of these hot shotters. You know, if you're going to go coast to coast from New York to LA, you got to have a sleeper. You can't just ride that trip without sleep. So what they ended up doing, you got your tow mirrors that we added on, but this, like I say, this is all OG. This is all original. It's electric. It's dirty. You know, it's been sitting up for over a year since I rode it and it went down because of the fuel pump. But now we're fixing it up. I've been talking this noise. It's got to stick. And mileage on this, I don't even know what the original. It's too dark. It's, like I say, it's dark over here right now. I threw that little thing, but here you see how that go? Let me back on up. It was originally black. When you run the VIN, it'll tell you that it was originally black. You see, that's power. That's power. 4 power chairs, 4 power captain chairs with a third row. Well, it's dark up in here. You know, like I say, you can't even see that. The sun's down. You know, like I say, I'm actually doing this little old video last minute because instead of just talking about it, I decided to go and put it out there. But you can see it's got the extension. Third row seat. That means me, my wife, the 2 kids, Lil Wet, Egypt, Joe, Cody, Ollie. I can sit 3 people in the back. That means I can see 7. And guess what? We can come to the car show with all of that full of wet. So all you folks can try that wet out when we come to that car show. All 8 foot with a camper. Now, that wasn't factory, but I found that in Jackson, Mississippi. Guy had an old model. He had an old model camper, fiberglass, and it fit. So why not? So I just did it. But as you see, it's got the Testarossa kit. We got Cody. See, there go Cody right there. They go a little wet. They just pulled. What's that? What was wrong with it?
No fuel pump, man. Ain't nothing wrong with them 12 valves. Ain't nothing wrong with them 12 valves.
Well, that's it. We don't.
Fuel pump.
That's it. Basic fuel pump, and then we're gonna get this running. We're gonna get this big boy, the beast, running. It was running. It's been sitting up over a year because I didn't fix a fuel pump. Now remember, I told you it's got 24-foot box in chassis, uncut. Now I put the stacker on there. You see, I got that 8-inch tip, and to keep that rain from going in, I just put that 5-gallon bucket. You know, I got that big stacker. Too bad we don't have any light because it's getting dark. Now, hold on. You got the light. Let me see that, Tim. Let me see the light.
I told you it had a lot of juice.
You see, it's got juice. Okay, thank you. See, now we're not talking. There you go. I even put the shroud around it like they do in the big 18-wheelers. See, we cut the top. We done put it right 10. Get him off that jack. Get him off that jack. Don't mess that so it don't fall. Okay. Now so you can see it. We got a little light. Hold up now. Hold up. See? Third row, bench seat. Look at that armrest with a fold down. See, this is leather. See? They did this in competition with the Chevy. They even did the embossed ram head in the roof, if you didn't know.
All of my toys.
Well, these are all your toys. This is all, they go old, wet sign. A lot of stuff been sitting on there. A little wet decided to grab one of my markers that I used on that, like I said, that I use when we have to cut a run. So he grabbed it and get to talking. Now, let's open up the suicide door on an original. You see? Hold up.
Yeah.
Let's see, where's that? See, that's 112. See that 112?
Yeah.
That's 112,000 miles on a 5.9.
Yeah.
Not even broke in for you guys who love Dodge. All right, this diesel, baby. All right, 12 valve. You see that?
Yeah, I see that, Papa.
You see that?
Yeah.
You see that 5-speed?
Yeah, I see that slide 5 feet.
1, low 1, 2, 3, 4, and then rear. So, 4-speed. Yeah, red top. Red top. See the leather boot. See, you see the factory airbags? It came with factory airbags. If you didn't know. You see? Stick. 4 doors. 4 doors, leather seats, 3rd row bench, embossed headrest. You see, it had the leather package. This is 1995. Remember the show trucks with the show truck fade? This was black. Like I say, Scott White. This was Scott White's beast. This was the one he hooked on up to go down and pick up all those cars between, Ruston, Shreveport, Dallas, Houston, wherever he was, wholesale buying, wherever he was going to get it. See them colors.